two festivals I want to ask you about.
Okay.
One that you just did, Festival by the Sea. You just come back.
Music by the Sea.
Music by the Sea.
Music by the Sea.
Yeah, and Festival of the Sound. I noticed you're
Yep.
off there, what, next week?
Next week.
Start with that one. Tell me a bit about that gig. That looks more like the classical end of things, or?
Yes. What the Festival of Sound performance is there's a friend of mine named Ray Ludica, who's a clarinet player, composer. He was originally in Toronto. I believe he's based in New York now.
Yeah, he was with the TSO.
He played in the
TSO. Yeah.
Correct. And Ray he has a company called Voice Afire, and he does in the performance in Perry Sound. What he's done is he's taken Puccini's Madame Butterfly and he's combined the music opera with the play, and he's condensed it in a way, and he calls it a pocket opera.
Right.
So it's scored for tenor, soprano, actor, piano, clarinet, violin, and cello, and we do the entire opera.
Is he doing the clarinet himself?
No, he's not. He's more of a musical director, and gives a lot of musical direction. I guess.
Right.
We're doing it without a conductor,
right.
which is difficult with Puccini. And it is very difficult with Puccini, and so he's giving a lot of cues and a lot of advice as to how to go about doing those kinds of things.
When is the show?
That would be next Thursday.
And who are the singers?
Inga and I haven't met the tenor yet. We start rehearsals. On Monday.
Ah.
So
well, that's where the thinking on your feet from the jazz.
Right. Exactly. I'm going to be on my toes. That's for sure.
Right. Do you do a lot of collaborative piano in the classical milieu, or is it?
Sometimes every now and then I've accompanied for many singers, opera singers, and classical singers, jazz singers as well, and I'm more comfortable in a jazz setting. Even though I've had a lot of classical training, I went to university as a jazz pianist, and I'm much more comfortable interpreting the classic songs rather than playing Puccini.
So you'd already decided on a jazz bent before you went to U of T?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's just, while I was at U of T, I was studying all kinds of classical music as well, and they kind of merged in its own unique way. But I'm still able to accompany a singer and do a decent job.
When we come back, let's talk about Music by the Sea. We said we were going to do that.